This conference will now be recorded.
Let me share my screen. Screen is visible, right, guys? Please confirm whether the screen is visible. Yeah. Okay. Okay, guys. Like, what are all the topics we saw on Thursday? What are all the topics we saw on Thursday? Can you please list it out? We saw about the introduction to shell scripting applications, right? Where we are used, right? Then we saw about how to write a simple script, right? So what is the first line you need to write inside the script? What is the first line? Shebang line or interpreter line, right? Yes. So what is the meaning of this shebang line? What is the meaning of this shebang line? That is, it needs to give some instructions, right? So that is, below lines of scripts needs to be interpreted with the bash shell. That is the meaning of the shebang line. Yes. So how many types are there to execute the script file? If I want to execute the script file, how many types are there? Two types. One is by using the bash command, and next is using the path of the script file, right? Either absolute path or relative path you can use. Is it clear? Okay. Then we saw about some simple scripts, right? How to write, how to add two numbers. Yes. So then we saw about conditional statements or control statements. How many conditional statements we do have? If else, nested if, right? If else if and case statements. Okay. So we saw about if else statement, right? We saw about the syntax of if else statements. Yeah. And what about relational operators? We have different kind of relational operators, right? To write a simple script. For lesser than we have hyphen lt, for greater than you have hyphen gt, for lesser than or equal to you have hyphen le, right? So similarly, for greater than or equal to, you need to use hyphen g, right? And for equal to, what symbol you need to use? For equal to, for checking the equality, hyphen eq. Okay. Not equal to, what about not equal to? Not equal to hyphen ne. Yes, yes, perfect. Then we saw about if else if syntax, right? Syntax of if else if, right? And also we saw about the flow chart of if else if, right? Okay, you tell me what is the difference between if else if when we are checking the next conditions? When we are checking the next condition, yes, only if the previous condition is false, we are checking the next condition. Is it right? Yes, yes. So those things we saw, right? Okay, okay, guys. Like one more requirement we will start. Okay. My question is, I'll start with another type of script. Okay, we'll continue with writing the script. Okay, let's take another script. Now my requirement is write a script to check whether a given number is between 5 and 10, right? So this is my question. That is, write a script to check whether a given number is between 5 and 10. From the question you tell me here, how many number, like how many inputs we need to get for the script? Is it 2 or 1? See here, whether a given number is between 5 and 10, I need to check only one number that should be between 5 and 10. So how many inputs we need to get for the script? One, right? So my, yes, so my input is 1. That is, let's take num, right? So my input is 1. I need to get one input. Then what I need to do? Then you need to check whether this num is between 5 and 10. Am I right? You need to check whether this num is between 5 and 10. If you want to check whether a number is between 5 and 10, like what are all the condition I need to use here for this current script? What are all the conditions I need to write? What are all the conditions I need to use? That is lesser than or greater than. Like, don't use for loops. Don't go for looping statements. Here we are seeing about only the conditional statements, right? Let's analyze regarding the conditional statements. Okay, I need to use lesser than, greater than, right? We need to check two conditions, right? So what are all the conditions we need to check? We need to, here we need to check two conditions, right? Yes, number is greater than 5 and lesser than 10. Yes, Shital. Perfect. Okay, so first we need to check whether the number is greater than 5 first, and also we should check whether the number is less than 10, right? See here, number is that is greater than 5. It should be number should be greater than 5, and also that particular number should be less than 10. Okay, so here we have two conditions, right? So how can I implement this? Here we have two conditions. How can I implement this? Can I use if elif, nested if? Okay, what about if elif, nested if? Okay, okay, because we are using two conditions, right? Okay, let's analyze one by one. Okay, so see, suppose if else if, okay, suppose I will analyze. Okay, let's analyze one by one and then we'll go back to whatever the conditions we are. Okay, so see here, if I am using if so what happens? If I want to say that number is between 5 and 10, what should be the result of the first condition? If I want to say the number is between 5 and 10, what should be the result of first condition? If I want to conclude the number is between 5 and 10, like what should be the result of this first condition? True, right? Yes, Ganesh, perfect. So it should be true. Okay, it should be true, right? So what about the second condition? If I want to print the number is between 5 and 10, what should be the result of the second condition? This also should be true. Yes, yes, Sanya, yes. So this also should be true, right? So now both the conditions should be true, right? Both the conditions should be true. So if I want to say to print one statement, the number is between 5 and 10. Okay, I should check two conditions, and that two conditions should be true only, right? Then only I can conclude the number is between 5 and 10. Is it clear? So now if you take this condition and try to implement that in if elif, okay, I have two conditions, right? So if I want to say that the number is between 5 and 10, first condition should be true and also second condition should be also true. Is it possible to check second condition if first condition is true in case of if elif? Is it possible? No, right? So we can't use if elif here. Okay, we can't use if elif here because in if elif, if one condition is true, then the next condition will not be checked, right? Do you agree with me? Yes. So then what is the solution, guys? What is the solution? Then what is the solution? How can we implement this? What is the solution? So here, okay, here there are two ways you can go with. Okay, we can go with two ways. One is called as logical operators. One is logical operators, and next second way by using nested if. One way is by using logical operators, and second way is by using nested if. Okay, I will explain you one by one, right? So if you are using, okay, what is logical operators? Can you tell me what are all the logical operators we have? You would have studied in your engineering, right? Yes, and then, or then not, right? Right? Okay, so here and is denoted by, okay, and is denoted by hyphen a, here in shell, right? And or is denoted by hyphen o. And what about not? Not means negative, right? That is opposite or reverse. That is not yeah, not hyphen n. This is exclamatory mark. You need to use this exclamatory mark. Is it clear, guys? Okay, so these are the operators in shell scripting. Okay, for the operator and we need to use hyphen a, and for or you need to use hyphen o, and for not you need to use exclamatory. Okay, so logical operators are used to combine the multiple conditions, right? Or combine the conditions of two or more results. So in that scenario you can use these logical operators. Okay, let's say, suppose for example, okay, let's take this. Okay, yeah, let's take this one condition. Okay, let's say you have one condition, that is condition 1, and condition 2 you have. Okay, condition 1 and condition 2, you are using the operator to combine the result of this condition. For example, in AND, what will you write for condition 1? Like, so let's take different scenarios. Okay, so if condition 1, if it is false, and condition 2 also it's false, so what will be the result of unconditioned? False, right? Okay, next scenario, if the first condition is false and second condition is true, what what is the result? So it should be false only. Okay, yes, if the first condition is true and second condition is false, then also false, right? Okay, if suppose both the conditions are true, what happens? Okay, only if the both the conditions are true, then it should be true, right? Okay, so this is the case, this is the condition. Okay, this case also, if one condition is false also, it will be false only. Okay, if one condition is true and another condition is false, then it is false. Only if the both the conditions are true, the operation will be true, right? So this is the case for AND operator. So what about OR operator? What about OR operator, guys? Any idea? Let's check with, let's analyze with OR operator. Okay, so now can you tell me what will be the result of OR operation if two conditions are false? Sorry guys, it got muted, sorry. Like how many conditions you will check? Now it is also audible, right? Now it is audible. Now it is audible. Yeah, it got muted, guys, sorry. Like what about not operator? How many conditions you will check? One or two? One or two? One or two? Is it two? Only one condition you will check, right? Yeah, two condition you will check, but how many types of conditions? Only one, right? That is, if one, yeah, if the condition is false, what happens? What about in the not operator? One. If the condition is one, zero. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so if the condition is zero, then the not operator, not operation will be one, right? It's like opposite, or you can say complement or inverse, right? You can say, yeah. So if the condition is one, then the not operation is zero, right? So this is about the logical operator, right? So you tell me, so among these operators, we have three operators, right? And, or, and not. So for our scenario, coming back to our requirement, okay, like which operator can we use for our current scenario? Any idea? And, okay, yeah, and fine, yeah, and we can go, right? Yes, so both the conditions should be true for and operation, right? Then if I want to conclude the numbers is between 5 and 10, both the conditions should be true, right? So we can go with the and operation. Okay, so now can we write a script for this question? Can we write a script? Can you please help me writing a script? We'll just try, right? Okay, so we'll give some meaningful variable names. Okay, so what is the first line, guys? I need to include, what is the first line I need to include? Shebang line or interpreter line, right? Right. So then I want to, do I need to read input from the user for this question? Do I need to read input from the user? Okay, read is a command. Then what I need to add for prompting? What is the option? Enter a number, right? Then how many input I need to give? How many input I need to give? Only one, right? So the variable name I am taking it as num, right? So then I can add if condition, right? To add some condition. Yes. So what is the condition? Two conditions are there. One is number should be greater than 5, and number should be, second condition is number should be lesser than 10, right? So how will you write using AND operator? So you need to just write, yeah, greater than, yeah, it should be greater than, right? That is num. The variable name is num. It should be greater than 5. Okay. So another condition I should write. Okay. So what are all the condition I should have in if condition? This is one condition. $num should be greater than 5, and yeah, for and I'm using the logical operator -a. Then what is the second condition I need to write? What is the other condition? $num. Yes, it should be lesser than 10, right? Okay. So now I need to combine these conditions with AND operator. So what is the operator for AND? So that's why I'm using here -a. So you can just give -a in between the two conditions. Is it clear? Yes. And if you want to add one more condition also, if you want to use OR operator also, you can simply give -o and write another condition. Is it clear? You can simply combine these conditions using -a in between these conditions, right? So now, if these conditions are true, then what I need to conclude, guys? Always after if condition, what I need to insert? What is the keyword I need to use after if? Then, okay. So if this condition is true, what I need to conclude? What I need to conclude? The number is between 5 and 10, right? So to print, I'm using the echo command. The number is between 5 and 10, right? So if that is true, then I can conclude that the number is between 5 and 10. So if it is false, what can I do? If it is false, I need to, yes, I need to write another statement inside the else part, right?